What up, everybody? All right, let's get into it. No, rolling. I'm fucking rolling. Let's vibe out for a second before I get political. It's over. Bitch over. I'm a bitch over. It's over. Metro Boomin wants some more. With my chains on bling, blah. We're a kitty with our VVS ring. So 21.
Shouted saving hoes,
Told that boy niggas came on 21.
down the road, I'm
Talking to a Montango. You know what? This was one of the pleasant surprises I had back in 2016. I think I even left a comment. I always told people this was one of the best hip hop songs of 2016. And like I remember this, and I remember the Omarion "I Ain't Even Done" record. That's kind of what I remember from 2016. Oh, I think "Sneakin'" came out that year too. Drake. There was a couple of songs. I mean, they're way better than anything now. Remember, hip hop, the quality is going downhill as people get dumber and dumber. And to this comment is real talk. When people were talking about 21 Savage, he had just come out with this tape, and I was like, this is probably some whack new nigga. And the first thing, this is the first song. Your first song, usually, if it's dope, it usually means you've got a pretty good project. And that first song, I smashed the scripper in the hotel and the beat. I was like, oh shit, this nigga's saying some shit. Like he's one of the best of the new generation. Immediately, I was saying this. People, 21. He sounds like he's sleepy. Remember? See, this is the thing. When you come out with new shit, when you are actually decent, it's completely flipped now because there's so much hate and weirdo shit, right? Like when you try to actually do something that's against the grain and it's dope, people just hate because they're programmed to, eat the same old slop from the establishment. So when you do something different, it's like, he's just whispering. The beat ain't all that. And it's like, yeah, okay, this guy's going to go on to have an actual career. While people from that era, from 2016, will fall off. The people you worship, the young thugs, they'll fall off because they were always trash. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is about Azealia Banks. So I meant to talk about this because I really want to give Azealia Banks props. What's up, baby girl? I want to give her props because she has been going off on Twitter for the last couple of weeks, really talking about like this whole Israel-Palestine stuff. I mean, she's a New Yorker, and I just think it's so fascinating because you'll see some of her posts that she's made. They're literally some of the smartest shit I have heard any celebrity say, and it was shocking to me because I've always thought Azealia Banks was a pretty smart girl. Like you've probably, those of y'all who've watched my videos have said or have watched me say this. And I've always said, Azealia, baby girl, I wish you would rap this stuff. Because, Azealia Banks is weird as fuck to me, okay? And I say that with all due respect to her because she should be rapping this stuff, right? She'll, say some crazy shit on Twitter. Some of it, usually is pretty funny. Clearly there's wit there. And clearly there's intellect there, but it'll be jumbled with like some weirdo shit. And then it's like, and then if she does make music, it'll be like a house record. And I'm going like, you can rap. Like, have we forgotten that Azealia Banks can actually kind of rap? I wouldn't even say kind of rap. I actually think Azealia Banks is low-key one of the more, later. It's actually one of the more, like, when we talk about Rocky being disappointing, Azealia Banks to me, respectfully, I say this, baby girl, Azealia Banks is kind of disappointing. Because I remember this shit. Let's go.
Yo, you're rocking with the man from. You can get your man took quicker than your handshake. No frontin', it's the boss paper. He a giver, I'm a taker, and the figure ain't faker. You gotta spend a lot for this behavior. If it ain't about $1, I'ma holler
at you later.
Yeah, you already know. I get the dough and it's never slow. Let me know. And if you don't, just let me know.
Ain't about $1, I'ma holler at you later.
Light skin girls, switching his vanilla cause he likes that swirl. Yeah, he like black girls and he love a musician. I'm fucking with this older nigga, he a fucking magician. Son, he tricking off cause my verse perverse and jerking.
Yeah, I mean, she can rap. It's pop rap. But compared to a lot of chicks, and even some of these dudes, she's actually decent, I would say. So I'm shocked that she never really decided to go more into the hip hop lane. And I think it was, maybe she saw the 212 thing taking off and was like, that's my audience. But anyway, the point is she should wrap this shit. But she has been making some really interesting posts. And to me, it's like, this stuff is so obvious. What she's saying is actually so obvious. Look at this tweet, for example. Nobody on the planet murders more innocent women and children than Islamic countries and governments in the Middle East. That's a fact. It's a fact. Islamic countries. That's a fact. I know people don't want to hear that because they've been paid off by Islamic money. But that's a fact. You only have to just like give a shit. And this is what I always think is funny. When you hear these Free Palestine orcs, right? It's like y'all didn't watch Lord of the Rings. This is what y'all are. This is literally what y'all are. Free Palestine. This is what y'all niggas are. I'm not even saying, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all are orcs. What's the lifespan of an orc? That's actually a really good question. How long is this Free Palestine nut job shit gonna go on for? But the point is, you can't tell me that you care about women and innocent children dying and then praise Hamas and Islamic governments. It makes no sense. I mean, you guys don't know what happens in Gaza. You don't know what happens in Syria. You don't care, right? You don't care about Yemen. Like, I mean, it's wild. This whole shit is so wild to me. Anyway, so I want to give her props. And I also want to mention this because people underrate just how intelligent rappers can be. Rappers and hip hop producers are some of the most intelligent musicians, period. Maybe ever. Okay? Because when hip hop was hip hop forced you to think. Right? It comes from that's the side of hip hop that unfortunately has been so downplayed because respectfully it's been made for casuals. A lot of them white, outside, like again, I'm going to be very blanket here. And so I was going to say, yo, you racist. Okay, whatever. I'm not, but, you know, if you want to project your racism onto me, sure. But the truth is, the casual audience likes dumb shit, right? They like to dump down. The people that were into hip-hop, you guys got to remember the kind of songs that people were making, bro. Footprints, even Q-Tip. Jesus Christ, man. Like, right? Inserting speeches with notary, you know, black figures in them. Like, this is music for smart fucking people, respectfully. So it's not surprising to me that Azealia Banks would figure this out. Anyone with a brain can figure this out, but it's just unfortunate that people can't. But I welcome you to actually look through Azealia Banks' tweets because I actually think that Azealia Banks stuff is spot on. And as this gentleman, Apostate Prophet, shout out to him, he was like, she's not even saying enough. She's really the only person that I've seen even call out the Islamic world because this is the source of all of this nonsense. It's Islam. It's the Islamic world. I grew up in that world. I know that world quite well. Okay? You guys are being fooled by Islamic money, right? So, I think I'm going to leave it on that note, but just a quick little sort of political thing. Oh, actually, today is the New Yorkers. Shout out to, you know, it's not my home, but it was kind of home to me for a little while, and I got a lot of family there. But Mamdani, so you know what I find really funny about this? It's actually scary. It's more scary than anything. Mamdani to me is Osama bin Laden in a suit. I mean, this is the thing to me. People don't seem to understand this, right? Like, you guys really think that Osama bin Laden is going to come back in a turban? Shit, if he came back in a turban, people would still worship him. That's how social media has degraded our minds and played on our narcissism. Because a lot of this stuff boils down to basic narcissism. When you don't care enough to find out what the truth is and you want to self-promote constantly, you want to self-promote your virtue and your sense of righteousness, that's narcissism. And it always leads to stupidity and doing stupid shit. Do you really think that Osama bin Laden types are going to come and try to bomb America like they did before? I mean, they will do that too, right? But what people have realized in the Islamic world is the way you conquer the West is through shit like this. This is soft power. You buy up politicians, you start, and then those politicians come in and worm away at the laws and give Muslims special status. That's the whole point, right? You cause the chaos, right? This whole October 7th shit was started by Muslims, right? This is the fact of the matter. They started this whole chaotic shit, the bridges, all, taking over public spaces. All this shit is an Islamic project, right? And that's what they're very good at. We grew up in the Middle East. We know these people. We know how they operate. They start the chaos and then emerge as a solution to that chaos. And that's what, your fellow Islamist, Zohran Mamdani, is doing. He's just another one of these, Hamas types. I mean, did they find out that he was freestyling? Not free. He used to be a rapper. You know what? I'm going to throw that in there because he was an inspiring rapper anyway. So it's all hip hop, right? All these wacko niggas wanted to fucking rap. What, did he rap about Hamas? Yes, he once rapped about his love for Hamas. That's great. I mean, this guy is a jihadi in a suit. I knew this before. Like, when the New York Post and others found out at Canary Mission, when they found out about this, I was like, I'm not surprised. Because I grew up in this world, bro. This dude was rapping about loving the Holy Land 5. Seriously? And before you say, oh, he was just a kid, he was 17. What 17-year-old knows about the Holy Land 5? A very well-informed terrorist 17-year-old. That's for damn sure. But, hey, if this is what y'all want, what can I say? What can I say? Anyway, man, the dumb down is real. It's very, very real. And our enemies, our hostile countries are 100% exploiting your sense of narcissism and your ignorance. And, you might not see it now, but trust me, they've been warming away at your society and our society too. I live in Canada, so I see this shit. What can I say? So, shout out to Azealia Banks for having the balls. Again, it's usually the black people that unfortunately always have to have the balls to speak up. It is what it is, right? And my heart goes out to all the Jews worldwide, really, who are experiencing a ton of hatred. Like, I've never seen this much hatred in my lifetime. And it's wild and it's bizarre that people are just explaining it away and like, it's nothing, and it's those Jews, like they're overreacting. Like, are you high? Are you fucking high? Do you guys not realize how all this started? On October 7th, people were chilling at a music festival, and then Muslim terrorists came and started everybody at a fucking music festival. That's how this shit started. If you're hanging out at Coachella with your boys and your girls and you're all having a good time, and African terrorists or whatever show up and gun down thousands of people, obviously you're going to be like, what the fuck, right? And on top of that, if everyone starts going, hey, man, maybe those people at Coachella deserved it or it didn't really happen, and free the African country, you'd be like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense because it's terrorist logic. That's the point. It's terrorist logic, and terrorist logic never makes any sense. It's there to appeal to those who want to express their inner sadism. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. Anyway, that's enough politics and hip-hop for now. For those of y'all in New York, watch out for this guy, man. This guy's a Nepo baby. He's an Islamist project. We know what this guy is, man. Come on. Peace.